So good morning everybody, and once again welcome back in today's class, day number 16. And we were discussing about the service portal, right? Now we are moving to the next part, which is important on the service portal side. If I bring you here and show you something, put G. Good. Okay, so now when I say that I as a user come on the service portal and want to order something. Order means I want to request something. Okay, let's say I go here and I need not services. Let me take hardware. Okay, let's say I joined a company and my manager says, 1 minute guys. Yeah. I joined a new company and my manager says, Atul, go and raise a request to get an iPhone or to get a phone. I said, okay, I log in into this particular portal. Okay. And I order my iPhone. Let's say I click on the iPhone 13. Okay. I got something that I have some description like this. I have some options that what storage you want, 120, 250, 512, what network and other things. Or are you replacing it? Okay. And I get the color as well. So these things which you're able to see here, this thing is called the variables. Okay. And these variables are always different for every product. Maybe for laptop, you have a screen as well. For desktop, you have a processor as well. For mobile, you have a color as well. Okay. All this like this. So these are the variables. Let's say I pick up some variable. I say, no, I don't want to replace it. I want unlimited plan. Okay. I want this color and I want storage 512. If you notice that as I select the new option, okay, the prices are getting changed here. See, it's 889, sorry, 899 because I pick up this. If I pick up the storage this, then these are getting less. That's fine. We can define that part. Let me say, okay, I want 512 and order now. So the first question come, let me cross this, from where these options are coming. Number one. Second, from where these are coming. And third, from where these are coming, these sections are coming. And I click on the order now. Check out. So a request has been get created. Copy and paste it. Okay. This is the request get created. So here 3 terms we have to be understand. REQ, RITM and SC task. REQ is the parent, the main request. Okay. So like when I order something from Amazon, from Myntra, from Flipkart, and in a single submission, I put multiple items. One trouser, one shirt, one accessory, one some makeup kit, something I put laptop, one charger. So the main order is called the REQ. Under that, the multiple items which you put is called the RITM. It stands for the request item. So under one REQ, multiple RITMs can be there. And every RITM has its own task. Has its own task. That is the another part. Task means, like I gave you the example of the last week, right? That you order something, that laptop will go to the storage team, that will go to the configuration team, all these things. So these are the tasks. But here one thing important to be understand, that may or may not be a request required approval. Let's take a step back. Arnav is a mature guy now. He's working, he's earning well in his life, a married guy. Okay. Now take example when he was a kid, 10, 12, 15 years old. If he want to buy something, he has to take the approval from his parents. Either it's a 100, 200 or 500 rupees stuff. He need to take approval from the parents. Okay. But now he's a mature and he don't require approval to take any product of 100, 200 or 500. But still, if you want to purchase a good amount, sorry, if you want to purchase something which is a heavy amount, maybe he want to purchase a bike which cost 1 lakh, or he want to purchase a house which is more than 50 lakh, 60 lakh, and he's asking his parents, his wife, okay, what's your thought? Thought means kind of approval we are taking. Okay. So this particular stuff is called the workflow management, where we decide, where we fix that, okay, this request required approval or not. So let's say come here and see here. This is REQ. This is RITM. Let me open. It is in the open state. And we don't have any approval on this. Why? Because there's a rule in the background. If an item cost less than $1,000, no approval required. But we have a task. So now you can see we have a task here. If I close, once I close this task, another task will get created. Let me show you the example. I come here, I put straight to the closed complete. And if you see this, see, another task get created. How these things are getting created, that is the thing which we're going to be discussed now. So it will be the two parts. First, we will see how we design this, and second, we will see how this workflow work. As I say earlier, we have a workflow, but now we have a flow designer. Okay. I try to spend time on both because workflow is still in use and many companies are still using the workflow. Okay. And that is the old one, but again, in interview it can be asked to you. So better we will discuss the both. Okay. So now Let's come here. How to bring this particular part. So in this portal, like this, if I go back and click here. Oh my, let's say this. Okay. This particular screen has a three things. Number one, it has a catalog. Is this. Then the catalog, it has a this. Under this we have a item. Or we have one more category like hardware and mobile. This is the item. It means we have to create minimum 3 records to reach at this place. Now let's create a first record called catalog. Easy to search with the word called maintain. Maintain catalog, maintain categories, maintain items. Click on the catalogs. These are the catalogs given by ServiceNow. I can create my own catalog. And I'll put name LNG trainings. Who is manager? I say Arnab is manager. Who is editor? Why Lisa name is not coming? Maybe you don't have a rule for that particular stuff. So your name is not coming here. It is required catalog editor role. Okay, so you can leave it. Any description? This is LNG trainings. You want to add any image? Up to you. Okay. Rest, we're not going to be changing anything. Very simple, because in the admin trainings, we don't discuss these things in detail. In admin, mainly we have to be discuss the workflow or the flow. But to understand that part, we just create a one basic record. And I click on the submit. What happened? One record has been created. Catalog done. Now category. Come here. Maintain categories. Category, what is a category means? In a menu card in a restaurant, when you go, we have a category: starters, main course, breads, juice, shakes, soup, Chinese, Thai, Italian. These are the categories. So under the catalog, you can get many categories. So we are going to get one category only. And I'll put ServiceNow trainings. This is a category under which catalog you want to show. I want to show in the LNG. And here, if you want, you can put any image. This two image, icon, header. This is all your work. When you do the practice, you do all your fancy stuff. And click on the submit. Now let's come back. Home page. Request. Sorry. Catalog. Browse category. Why my catalog is not appearing here? Anyone has any idea? Why my catalog is not appearing here?
It's being displayed alphabetically, isn't it?
Anji?
It's being it's being displayed in an alphabetical order, right?
Come on, no. What do you think, Eliza? Sahil.
Not sure. Not sure.
Chalo, let's do one thing. Let's come back here because I told you that we have to be map the catalogs to the service portal. ठीक
Sorry,
है?
I didn't get that. I didn't hear you.
Wait. Don't be so surprised. This is one, right? Yes. Let's scroll down. Click on catalog. Click on edit. This is right. Everybody okay? Click OK. Click save. Okay. Now let's come back. Refresh. Still not showing. Right? Still not showing. Why? Now think from a normal user perspective. You three guys go to a restaurant. Waiter came and he gave you the menu card. You open the menu card. You're checking the menu card. There is a one category called drinks. And under that, there's a no item available. What will be the first thought in your mind? Are the guys mad? If they have nothing to be ordered under the drinks, why they put the category called the drinks? Right, Lisa? Genuine question as a normal human being, right? No service now, no mathematics. Yes or no? Agree or not?
Yes, you have
Yeah.
to create items for this to get displayed.
Yes. So then how you guys can think a category will appear here without any item? So we are going to be create a category, sorry, item here. My bad. Maintain item. And I'll put the name here. Item name is ITSM Techno Functional. Under which catalog I want to be show? I want to show in the LNG trainings. Let's say if under LNG I have more than one category, so it will display all the categories to me. But now I have only one category called the LNG trainings. And here you can put the short description. Control C. I'm just copy pasting it. This, if you want to put any table, you can put. Like this. Okay. And now, for the time being, let's save it. Now, if you reload this page, you're getting this option. LNG is my catalog. ServiceNow training is my category. And ITSM techno functional is my item. Like this. Clear? and down, right? First part has been done. First part has been done here. Now let's make it little good. Some pictures and also should be there. For the time being, I request don't discuss this part, process engine. Let's come in the picture. Icon. And I can go here. Let's say this is my icon. Now picture. I have no idea that how these two things work. Where icon will come, where picture will come. And let's say picture is this. Okay. Now come to the pricing. You want to charge it? Yes. Which currency? By default, ServiceNow gives this 5 currencies. So I can put I charge. Reoccurring you want to put like in other than India, as my experience says, that these countries like UK, Europe, these countries has a reoccurring prices as well. Maybe if you want to trade in again, something like that, so you can pay the reoccurring amount. So up to you, you want to use it, otherwise leave it as a blank. I said 200. Frequency, I'll charge it to the monthly. Portal. Which button is coming? Order now. No, Atul, it's not looking good. I want it to be submit. Okay, no problem. These are the option. Hide, add to cart. This I don't want to show my customer this option. You can untick. Hide quantity. Untick. Hide, add to this thing, wish list or delivery time or attachment. Save it. Come here and reload this page. This is picture. And if I come here, open this. So now if you see, attachment is not available here. It's up to your need. You want to show, you don't want to show, that's up to you. Prices are there. And now I can click on the request. When I click on the request, this is coming from the widget. And I click on the request here. My request has been get created. But the thing is that this request is created, but there's a no workflow has been defined in the background. No workflow has been defined in the background. Before we go there, we have a concept called the variables. So we'll do variable part here. Click on the new. Variable is like creating a field, but variable did not get stored in the table. So you can say it is a field, but it's not actually a field. It is the right word is variable only. Okay. The right word is variable only. So don't interchange these words. It's a variable, it's a field. Field, when you say field, we are saying that you are going to be create the record in the table. But here I'm not creating the record in the table. It will not store, or this data will not get stored in any of the table. Okay, so now what type of variable you want? Single line text, multi-line text, multi-choice. Let's say I say multi-choice, or let's say I say select box. Anything you want to do. If you want to do some single line text, multi-line text, up to you. But only these options, yes or no. Let's say yes or no, simple. Order number 100. You want to make it mandatory that user must be answered? Yes. Okay. Question. Do you have any experience in ServiceNow earlier? I said like this. Or short form, I'll put experience. Okay, because this name will be used in your scripting. And this is available for the customer to be, or the user to be see. Annotation. You want to show any help? Yes, I want to show. What is the help test? Please tell the experience to guide you better. Any instructions you want to put? This is your play area, guys. Create 1, 2, 3 variables and see this particular part. Because my intention to be give you the workflow part is more specifically. Type specification, leave it. Any default value you want to put, I will not put. Auto populate, not required. Permission, not required. Availability means can I use this variable anywhere else as well on the some standalone application in some bundles or somebody's places. I said okay. Save it. And now just save here as well. And now come here. Home. Catalog. Categories. ITSM. And now you can see. This is what? Help text. Yes and no. This is called the variable. And you can create multiple variables as you required. Multiple. 1, 2, 3. But don't create more variables as well. Because you have to maintain that. Number 1. Okay. So always try to keep only 4 to 5 variables, which is okay to be added, justifiable and easy to maintain. But there is another term in the next to this item is called the, is a variable called the variable set. This is the last concept on this particular part. Then we'll go to the workflows. What is a variable set? Variable set says a collection of variable. What is this? We know that variable set is a collection of variables. Then why these are two things, variable and variable set? I'll give an example. Let's say you guys open a restaurant. Okay. You put the name ServiceNow experienced restaurant. On the top, you have a name, address, contact number, email ID, category, starters, main course, bread. Tomorrow, you are going to be opening another restaurant or as a franchisee of this restaurant in some other city. Okay. Now, in that case, when you ask the printing guy, hey, can you print another menu card for us? And you say, please use these values as it is from the previous menu card, which include name, contact number, email ID. These are called the variable set. Means when you know that there are few variables which can be used in the multiple catalog items. Used in the multiple catalog items, then better to create a variable set instead of variable. As a one item. I'm again repeating when, so like either you sell iPhone, either you sell Samsung phone, either you sell Android phone, either you sell any normal phone. Three things will be normal in every phone: color, memory, and the RAM. If you have four different items, one for iPhone, one for Samsung, and one for and some other phone. If you create these four variables in every item separately, it will get a problem for you. Better create in the variable set and call them. And how it will look like? Come here, click on the edit. I'm just showing you example here. And there's a few items which ServiceNow provided, variable set, sorry. Let's say IT to IT. Maybe it's relevant to us, maybe it's not relevant to us. Okay. And move and save. Okay. And save this. Save this and reload this page. And these are coming from the variable set. These are who is primary contact, who is the what is the cost center, what is the business process. This is coming from the variable set.
One question here.
Sure.
So I understand the use of variable set where you have the requirement of using the same fields. Okay. What if in the variable set there are in a particular variable set there are 5 fields, but you need only 4 fields from that particular variable set? Can
No,
you?
that is not recommended. No, 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 no.
That cannot be done, right? Okay. So basically, if you use a variable set, you'll be using all the
See,
fields
I'll not say
present.
that cannot be done. That can be done, but it required little coding as well. But that's not recommended.
Okay, got it. Got it.
Okay. So by this way, you can use the variable set. Now, if you notice one thing that I did not tell you, that how to create variable set. I tell you that how to get the old one or which is already there. So you can go here and search for the variable set. Click here and click on the new, and you can see that how you want to create it, like this format or in the line format, like this format. Up to you. Rest things will be same, but you can put the variable set name here, and under that, let's say I want to do 2 by 2 column. Okay, let's say LNG, name internal this. Okay, and save. And under this I can create the variables. You can create that part which you are saying that I want to be show this or this or this, but for that it will work in a whole, not in a single variable. There's a concept called the UI policies. We can use that. But again, it will work for everywhere, not only for one catalog item.
Right. Got
Okay.
it. Got it.
And if you click on the variable, click on the new, you're going to the same page, which we done just now. And it will be added in the this part. Clear? Any
Yes.
doubt, any question? This is what we can create catalog, we can create category, we can create item, and we can create variable and variable sets. Now, what is the homework for you guys? Simple. Create as many as catalog you want to create it. Under that, create 1, 2, 3 categories, and under that, create 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 7, 10, 20, 30 items as you want. Totally up to you on that part. Now I want to start another topic which is be same use here. So let me come back. Maintain items. What was our? Click here. There's a tab available called the process engine. Okay. This is one of the key area where we do a lot of work and we map it. In this particular tab, you can see three options: execution plan, workflow, and the flow. Execution plan was the oldest method where you just create a task, nothing else you can do much. No fancy stuff, no fancy approvals, and all the things will be there. And this is not in use at point of time. I have no idea that is any user using this or not. Number one. Number two is a workflow. Workflow is the oldest one now, still in use, and customers are migrating to the next part that is called the flow. These three are independent. Number one, you can pick up only one thing in these three. Either you can add flow, either you can add workflow, either you can add the execution plan. Workflow is still in use. It is used for the approvals, for the task, for multiple stuff, but it has some drawbacks. Like you cannot use workflow much for the integrations. Then ServiceNow introduced flow. It's called Flow Designer, and I guess this has been introduced in Tokyo release somewhere, if I remember correctly, somewhere in the Tokyo release. More enhanced version, a new different look and feel, less on the coding part. Drag and drop options are there. So now we will discuss about the workflow, because there are still companies who are using or building the workflow. But we need to be understand that we need to be get the more hands-on the latest part. Because if I speak from the change perspective, change is using the flow designer, not the workflow at point of time. The new change model concept is totally on the flow designer part. How to create a workflow? Come here and search for the workflow. And workflow editor. Now I can do it. This page has been enhanced and has been changed in the Vancouver release. Earlier, it was not like this. It was not like this. Here you can see two things. Number one is called the flow designer. Number two is called the process automation designer. Means the work which you want to do, you can achieve that work via flow as well. Flow designer. Or you can do some automation via the process automation designer. It's called the PAD, PAD. I did little R&D on this part, but this is not of our syllabus. So we're not going to discuss that anyway. Here you can see that how many workflows are published, means which is already built up and used by any of the item. How many checked out? Like I was working on some items, so I check out. Until unless you will not checked out, you cannot use the, or you can, sorry, you cannot edit the workflow. Now, what we'll do, we'll create our own workflow. New. And I'll put the name LNG. LNG is fine. Small is the good one. Now in the workflow, the problem is that you have to be remember the table names as well. This is saying on which table you want to attach this. You want to map this. I'm saying table, not the item. So don't get confused now. Right? So I'll say table is SC underscore REQ underscore item. This one. What this? I want to create this on the item level. This is the table. Sorry, this is the category. Under category, you will find the item as well. Okay, so I want to do it on the item level. Catalog categories. Okay, they don't have item here, but here. And stages. How you want to run this particular workflow. And we did not change it out of the box. Sorry. It is a workflow driven. It is a legacy, some linear, practically saying leave all this, just keep it like a workflow, because I have literally no idea that how these 5 or 7 options are work differently. Okay. And I click on the submit. So now I have a workflow, which has a start, which has an end. But it is not the way I need. I gave you the example that Arnav need the approval. It means we have to be add some approval options here, right? For that, let's go to the core. This is one of the interview question. How many core activities available in the workflow? And these are the core activities: approval, conditions, on-call, notifications. These all are called the core activities. And this is important from the interview perspective. Don't think that it is just for the sake. This is from the interview perspective. So now let's come here. I need approval. Okay. What approval you want? You want a group approval? You want a user approval? Or you want to add a manual approval? I want a group approval. Drag and drop. Drag and drop, that's all. Okay. What is the name? LNG group. Okay. Stage basically that when this approval is be triggering, what stage you want to show? I want to show waiting for approval. I want to show waiting for approval. Okay. Now when to run? If you want to put any condition, if the price is more than 500, if the item has or request has more than 2 items or kind of stuff, you can do the conditions here. For me, it should run every time. It should run every time. Okay, fine, no conditions. Now the group, which group it should ask for the approval. This is important, and click on the unlock. What was the group name? Batch 30 and lock it. You want to put more than one group, you can put it. That's absolutely fine. 2, 3, 4, 5, any group you want, you can put it. Lock. Now come here. Do you want to make it as schedule? Maybe once a request has been submitted, after 2 days it triggers the approval. After 5 minutes, after 10 minutes, after 30 minutes, after 40 minutes, up to you. If you want to put any kind of a not if you want that it should be triggered on some specific timings, you can put it. But for my case, I said as soon as it's submit, it should trigger. Now this is important. Condition for approval. And I'll take example here. Let's say Arnav want to purchase a bike costing 1,50,000. In his family, total 5 members are there. Okay. Father, mother, wife, sister, and kid. Kid is almost near to teenage. Now, what decision should Arnav take? Father says no. It means he did not approve for the bike. Mother says yes. Wife says yes. Sister say no. And kids say no. What decision Arnav should take now? Either he should buy it or he should not buy it. Right? Because he's a human being, so he can say, okay, 2 acceptance, rejection, it means everybody say don't take. But in the industry, it did not happen. There's nobody sitting in the background to check that how many approve, how many reject. So this is the place which tell you that what should happen or how. I'll not say what should happen. I say how you want to handle this situation. It says if it is more than one group, do you need approval from each group? Number one part. It means, let's say total 5 members in Arnav house. You want to take approval from everybody. I said one option. From anybody, second option. from group from everyone in all groups. Let's say I do like this. Let's add father and mother in the parents group. Okay. This is family group where I have wife and kid. And second option, sister group. Now three groups, right? Parent, family, and second group. Do you want that everybody from this group should approve or reject? Third option. Fourth, first response from each group. Means in this group, anyone who approve first will be considered as a final decision or reject first. In this group, anybody who approve or reject first will be considered as a final decision. Or the same goes for this one. Or first response from any group. Means in these three groups, if anybody approve or reject, that has been considered as a final decision. We will not wait for anybody else response. And the last, some script based you want to do it. Then you can use the script as well. Now that's fine. If I take this or this, but the problem is that if out of this three group, one group approve, two group reject, what to do? This is what you have to do. When anyone reject, do you want to reject complete approval or you want to wait for others before take a decision? And here it will require a human intervention because system don't know. System don't have a brain. Maybe father rejected, but sister approved. I know as a human being that father's approval are most important than the sister approval. So I will wait and I will decide it accordingly. Let's say if you're going for a shopping, it's your sister marriage in your house. There's a dress which father like, but sister did not like much. Whose decision is more important? Sister decision is more important than the father decision there point at that point of time. This is what system has no idea how to do. But I as a human being has an idea how to do. So I will wait for this one. But the standard practice says here, if anybody rejected, mark it as a reject only. Mark it as a reject only. That will be good and safe. Okay. That is good to save. Now I click on the submit. Done. Now I want to be test this workflow, validate. I have two warnings. One and two. Why there are two warnings? Anybody has any idea? Read this and let me know. What this warning says. Yes, Aliza, what this warning says. Arnav, Sahil. This warning says that there are some input and there are some output activities are there, which has no link with anything, like this one, approve and reject. If approval done, then what happened? If rejection done, then what happened? I have to be give some output, right? So if I say if it has been rejected, end the process, like this. Or you want to do some more fancy, you can do like this. Up to you. That's just to be see or this thing. But if it is approved, then what to do? Atul, if it is approved, I want to create a task. And now I'll come here and add a catalog task. What is the difference between these two, catalog task and the create task? It's your homework. Drag and drop. LNG task. You want to put any stage? Fulfillment. Okay. And you can come here. To whom it should be assigned? I said it should be assigned to batch 30. Okay. What is the short description? Short description, add the user data in records. Any instructions you want to do? Yes. Login in SN, go to user table, create user account. Okay. Good. Or as I say that we are using the variables. You want to show the variables? You can use the variables, or you can decide the priority as well. It should be P2 task. Where's the variable gone? Task. Here. Field or variables. Why it's showing like this? Wait. Task value from is populated in the field in the new task. Why it's not showing any variable? Fields are this only. Okay, let's use field as of now and click on the submit. And I'll add this output to this as the input. And once a task has been closed, I want to close my workflow. Done? Yes. Before I use it, I have to be publish it. It says this all done. Info this or one warning we have. Okay, let's see what warning it's saying. No, I guess it's done now. What is the one warning? Contain one without an input. Oh yes, yes. This particular box has no input. See, this line is going outside this, so we have to do the input here. Is it published? Oh, is it published? Wait, check out. And now like this. And this. So it start approval, then from approval it will take approved, go to task, rejected, end. And now you publish it. No warning, no error, it's done. Clear, everybody?
Yeah.
Good. Now how this workflow will work, and we can add. We'll discuss in the tomorrow's call. But major portion has been done. Tomorrow we will see that how the flow designer work. And when you see the flow designer, you will be more happy. Wow, Atul, that is a very good part. Okay, but try to create at least 1 or 2 workflow, simple minimum one, which I have done, so that you can understand that what's going on, how to create this particular part.
Okay, Atul.
Okay. Any last question before I stop the recording and take attendance? Good. Let me stop the recording.